This fine?
Yeah.
Here. All right.
Is it better for us to look at you or the actual camera?
Look at me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at Maggie.
We tried it here at 8:30.
So don't look at me. You can look at me when I ask questions. So just tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So can you just tell me your names and just say your name and where you're from?
I'm Crystal Hayes from Lake Gaston, Virginia.
David from Lake Gaston, Virginia.
And you are? All right. Okay. So Davis and is it Kristen? I'm sorry.
Crystal.
Crystal. Okay. If you can just describe for us Haley's routine these days. I mean, when she goes in to do, what does she?
Normally once a week we come here. We come in and check in the pharmacy, then come get her port accessed, and then within the next hour and a half she starts her medicine, and it's about a 5-hour process after that. And then during that time we do like speech therapy and school and art therapy, all that stuff. And then after that we leave and go to physical therapy down the road.
And then go home.
And then go home.
Then you go home. And how long has this been going on?
We've been coming here since August of 2006.
2006.
So 5 years.
5 years. All right. So talk about the time when you started to see the symptoms of her Pompe. And this is a two-level question. First, try to describe for me the details and just describe like what was going on. You know, what were you doing at the time? And second, and I'm going to prompt you for this, is what was your reaction? So first, the details of what was going on.
Okay. When she was around 4 months, we went to the doctor for a well child checkup, and they just thought she wasn't gaining weight the way she should. So really for the next 2 months, we just closely watched her weight. They thought her tone was a little bit low, but nothing alarming. She was colicky as a child, but we just thought it was colic and changed her milk a lot. So basically at 6 months of age, the doctor decided to do some tests, some blood tests, and that came back alarming. So he sent us to the hospital to see what was going on. And then it was a couple weeks later that we got the diagnosis of Pompe disease.
What was your reaction?
Well, we were in the hospital for a while, inpatient, at a different hospital, and at first, you know, they told us it could be this, could be, you know, many different diseases. And so we were researching different ones that they were throwing out to us. So when we heard the one that they gave us, which is Pompe disease, I mean, we were devastated because at first, the initial life expectancy, it said 2 years old, and I mean, she was 6 months at the time. So, I mean, of course, out of all the ones we were reading about, it was the one that we didn't want her to have. But, you know, they kept telling us there's new treatment, and it actually had just been approved 2 months before she was diagnosed. So there was new data that it was a good treatment, but they didn't know much about it. So we had some hope, but...
November 28th, this is birthday,
Your sister's
My birthday is November 28th.
Your birthday's November 28th. It's coming up soon. Yeah. Yeah, what are you going to do for your birthday?
I don't know.
You don't
I
know.
know.
It's a surprise.
Do we have a party?
Yeah.
Have some cake?
What did you do last year? You did a lot of dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That night, cousin to my grandparents.
Swallow.
In my eyes, in my eyes,
A lot of people. All right.
Let her ask us some more questions.
You get her dog and you won't be able to
Now
stop.
this was at my party.
Okay, let's go on to the next. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Hang on.
Okay. So you said you were at the GCRC for a year. So this was after the diagnosis, and you had she had to have that infusion every couple of weeks, or even more often than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Describe your experience over there. What was it like interacting with the staff? And what were you feeling the whole time? It was, you know, because it could be a good treatment, it could work, could not. So first describe what the staff's relationship with the staff was like, and then kind of that emotional,
Right.
what were you going through?
Okay. I mean, it was different at first. We were used to this place. Hang on. We were used to this place. Haley, you gotta wait until I talk, okay? And then you can talk. We were used to the staff over here for the last, year. So it was different to go over there and to meet new staff. So at first we were very, I guess, scared or nervous in meeting new staff that, they'd have to learn how to do her port, things like that. Nurses over here were just used to it. So it was different at first. But once we kind of got started in the routine, we had a lot of the same nurses each time we came. So that helped it a lot because they got to know Haley. And then once they got to know her, it was easier.
We felt more comfortable.
But then we started coming every week, and we were worried that there were things that could happen with her doing the study, but we were hoping that the outcome would be really, really good. So, I mean, we wouldn't know anything immediately, but over time we were hoping that it would be a good outcome.
How has this changed your routine? And I'm not talking about her, but you as a family, because you said she has an older sister too. So, how has the diagnosis changed your routine?
100% changed it. I mean, things we were doing before we couldn't initially do. Initially, things were a lot rough, more rough than they are now, because her heart was very enlarged and functioning bad. So we had lots of medicines to give all the time. Hang on. But do you want us to keep on through the beat? Okay.
We'll ask after she comes in.
He's talking. You need to be still and just wait for them to mess up. You gotta listen or you won't get prizes.
Haley, just gotta get your vital signs.
Your birthday? You're gonna be what? You're gonna be 6?
My sister will be 11 on her birthday.
When's her birthday?
November 9th.
Oh, so it's the same month. Okay.
Thank you.
Do you guys play?
Do you play with your sister?
Yeah. Are you my cousin? Are you not?
She's in kindergarten this year.
I was at South Elementary and we're still at, and I'm still at the same school.
Okay.
Haley, gotta get your temperature real quick, okay?
Okay.
Your tongue?
Hang on. Another thing. Hang on, Haley.
Alright.
Keep it under your tongue.
There we go.
Okay.
No, we're not having it right now. We'll do it next time.
I want to watch on TV.
Later.
No.
Yeah.
What does she like to watch?
What do you like to watch?
iCarly.
iCarly.
Nora. Maximum.
You don't watch a lot of TV anymore, do you? Not as much as you used to.
Mama Nanny.
You like iCarly the best, though, huh?
Yeah. And it's funny.
That's funny.
It's funny hearing iCarly.
I don't even remember what part I was talking.
Schedule.
Oh yeah, okay, our schedule. Hold on. Say that. Swallow.
Let's talk for a
It's
minute.
mommy and daddy's turn.
My turn.
You take turns, okay?
No. That's a funny boy.
Okay, stop. As far as our schedule, I mean, we were taking her to therapy very often. Doctor's appointments all the time. She was getting sick a lot if we took her places, or if a lot of people came to the house. So we were all day long just doing things like treatments and medicine and stuff.
I'm just gonna microphone here.
Sit up and let's be quiet, okay?
Hello.
Haley, look to the front.
Hello.
Haley, act like you're supposed to. Do you want a prize today? Be a good girl then. But that good. Stop.
Okay.
Let us talk for a minute, sweetie.
So, you came right about that time when the treatment has been approved, and as I'm sure you know, before that it was basically just a lethal disease. What were you going through? I mean, during the time when they told you this could happen, she had it up until she was 2, and obviously this drug helped.
Right.
Just talk about the whole emotional roller coaster that was.
Please sit still and to the front. Well, I mean, initially it was awful, initially.
You broke down once or twice while you're at the hospital when she was sleeping and thinking about it, but I guess really, there's a hope out there, and so, I mean, you go through your moments, like I said, feeling devastated, but you knew there was a chance out there, and you weren't going to give up and just sit there and cry all the time, so.
That's pretty much how it's been since then. Like, once you get that feeling of, okay, you got to do what you got to do, and we're going to do this treatment, and hopefully everything goes as it could, should. You just kind of move ahead and never really focus much on the negatives, as much as you can.
Can you say something about the importance of, because obviously myosin was developed because of a clinical trial. Can you talk about the importance of, if this has come in before myosin was approved, would you have joined the trial? I would guess.
Right.
So,
yeah. I mean, if she had been born 5 years before, of course, if the trial was started, we would be, knocking on the door, hoping to get in just for that chance. Because without it, there would be no chance. So, turn forward and stop it. Okay. There would be no chance at all. So, you're always going to take that chance to try to save the child's, your child's life. So, I mean, we definitely would have done that. But, knowing that the research out there helped make it, the medicine there, it's like, the research saved her life. I mean, she would have, I think when she was diagnosed at like 6.5 months, I mean, she was very sick. So another month or 2 actually in her case, because she was so sick, is probably all we would have had. So, I mean, as quick as we could get to the treatment was our goal, and hoping that she would, take it good.
So you said you went to the doctor like 4 months, like she was 4 months. What was happening?
Well, she went into, all her well child checkups. So she was there at 2 months, and everything was fine. She was doing fine. I mean, we were changing the milk, but at 4 months we went to a different doctor, and her weight just was not on the chart like it should be for a normal 4-month-old. So he said that, we need to keep a watch on it and make sure she's gaining weight like she should. So, we kept going in like every week at that point, and just to check her weight. And she always gained just enough to say, okay, let's check it again next week. But stop, sweetie.
Sit still, okay?
Haley, if you're not going to be good, you can cough, but you don't need to act like that. Okay,
just
sit
look
up.
at the camera.
Just sit up.
I don't feel right.
What don't feel right?
Anywhere.
Well, I'll fix it, but stop being fussy. Okay, sit up.
Let's talk.
But yeah, I was just gonna say, like at 4 months, he decided to keep checking, and then at 6 months, it was kind of like, okay, we've been checking for a while now. She's gaining weight, but not still where she should be. Her tone is low. Let's just do some blood work and see what happened. So it was a little prolonged. Of course, we look back now and wish it had been diagnosed earlier, because she'd be doing a lot better. But you can't really go back. So.
Can I have some coffee?
No coffee.
You want coffee?
Tell them what you like. What kind of coffee?
Chocolate mocha.
Oh, you like mocha?
Yeah.
You like going to Starbucks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Down here.
Okay, well, speaking of that, my last question is actually, what
Please sit up.
What does she
Almost
like to
done.
do?
Stop.
You go to the
Stop
hospital.
it.
What is it like when you guys are home? What is she up to? What are her activities?
Chocolate.
She's like this all the time. No. I mean, what do you like to do at home? Watch TV.
My TV, play some games.
So we like to play games. She likes to Skype on the computer. She likes to get on the computer and talk to people and go to her websites so she can play games. So she is very...
And talk on the phone.
And talk on the phone, yeah. She's very good with the computer.
And some chocolate.
She just watches TV, and I mean doesn't seem like we're at home much, just because we're always at the doctor with her at school. So we're home, and it's kind of like, okay, homework, bath, maybe TV for a little bit, computer for a little bit, then it's bedtime. So it's really not a lot of time. We stay on the go like a lot. So.
Have you had a lot of family support? Have your parents been helping?
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, family has been awesome. Hang on, sweetie.
Taking care of the other one as we speak.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Good night.
Stop it.
Well, at school, they get off the bus stop.
Yeah, they help out a lot with our older child, and I mean, even watching her some, they are able to watch her now. It's a lot easier than it used to be. So definitely, family is important.
I'm ready to take my foot out.
You can't take your port out.
What do you see for the future? Do you see her becoming independent as you go along?
Your hopes?
Yeah, I
What are your
mean,
hopes and dreams?
you know, right now she's not walking at this time, so our future, you know, for her, I would love for her to be able to learn to walk and get that strength that she needs. You know, right now what she gets is a treatment, it's not a cure, so, you know, we definitely hope for that cure, or even a different kind of medicine, that's something she could take at home, or, you know, take by mouth, or, you know, different than having to spend a whole day at the hospital every, you know, so often. So I definitely, you know, nice for a cure.
I'm ready to do my homework now.
And her muscles.
What would you say to other parents who have children with Pompe disease or some other chronic, incurable disease? Do you have any advice for them?
You know, at first for me, it was getting out there and talking to other families was the most important for me, because you want to see someone that has been through it before and know, you know, how they dealt with it. So I think, you know, reaching out initially is very important, and, you know, with things like through Facebook and all that stuff, you know, we've gotten big communities of the Pompe community, so that helps a lot, because parents have questions. I have questions still, and the people who have children that are older than her definitely help me out, and I try to do the same for new people. So I'd say just definitely reaching out and learning everything you can about the disease is important.
And there are ongoing clinical trials precisely for the things that you are searching for, which is medication you can take by mouth, and a cure as opposed to a treatment, something that you don't need to take twice, you know, once every couple of weeks. So it's kind of ongoing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah, that's great.
That was great. You were great.
Haley.
You're a movie star.
Say,
Okay. If we can just take, you know, some shots and we just interact, just do.
Yeah, just pretend we're not here.
We're not here.
do we need a microphone anymore?
No.
No, we can take those off.
You can take this off, because that would look natural. You don't normally get mics.
No, they didn't do.
Why can't you sit still?
Thank you.